Connections. Those who have not signed up for Connections, they'll see this screen, providing some information about what Connections is and how to go about purchasing it. First-time users to Sage Exchange Connections tab will see the Get Ready to Connect screen. This provides a step 1, 2, and 3 view of how to build a connection within Sage Exchange. The next step is essentially to add a component. By clicking on the Component button, I'm presented with a Add Connections component screen. There are 2 different ways in which connections are made or components are added to Sage Exchange, and they're done by a method of pairing. Most of your components are actually auto-registered and they show up automatically in Sage Exchange. Some of them are going to require the entry of a manual access code. Examples of those would be Sage Exchange desktop software or the Sage Mobile Payments interface on a mobile device. The next step is essentially to complete the pairing process. An access code is generated within Sage Exchange. It then needs to be entered into the software of either Sage Exchange desktop or the mobile payments interface on the mobile device. Once completed, a success screen will be presented and the user moves on to the next screen. And this is where the user has the option of setting an alias or a name for that device. The default name will be the access code, but the user can change that to anything that makes sense, such as Bob's mobile phone. And then click on Finish. You'll now see that the component is represented in the Components panel on the top. Each of these components represent different devices that are potentially connectable to a Sage ERP or Sage accounting software product. On the middle panel, you see what's called the Connections map. Each of the different accounting products that are available for connecting to are represented here. Click on the icon to change the map to represent that particular software connection. Creating a connection is very simple. Simply drag the icon out of the Components panel to an open target on the Connections map. This will initiate a map connection window where the connection is then determined. Select a connection type, and in this case, between a POS terminal and the Sage 50 software, a cash sale is a typical type of a connection, so you would select cash sale. Click Next. Now determine which accounts within the Sage 50 software you want to post this type of transaction to. And click on Done. Or Save. It's as simple as that. Now the connection has been built between Sage 50 and the point of sale terminal. You're ready to start posting transactions directly from the point of sale terminal directly into Sage 50.